Every day, immigrants disappear from communities across the United States and are detained in county jails and for-profit prisons, just because they do not lack the proper documentation. But lacking proper documentation is not a crime, yet people are treated as if they have committed the most vicious of crimes. They are detained in county jails and in for-profit prisons. Over 400,000 people are detained annually. These are asylum seekers, victims of human trafficking, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, people you sit next to in your church pews. My name is Christina Fialho. I'm an attorney and the co-founder and executive director of CIVIC, which stands for Community Initiatives for Visiting Immigrants in Confinement. We are a national network of what we call community visitation programs, basically connecting community members to people in immigration detention for conversation. We offer a ministry of presence to end the isolation and abuse of men and women in immigration detention. There are approximately 250 immigration detention facilities across the country, and we operate 24 immigration detention visitation programs in 13 different states. But there's so much more work to do, especially here in California. There are 17 immigration detention facilities just in our state alone, and 14 of them are in Southern California. Two of the largest immigration detention facilities in the country are located in Southern California. One is in Orange County, Fialho facility, which you may have heard of recently because the Detention Watch Network labeled that facility one of the 10 worst immigration detention facilities in the country. Also, Adelanto Detention Facility. It's actually a for-profit prison run by a corporation called Geo Group, and it's up in Victorville in the high desert. And we are starting a visitation program at the Adelanto Detention Facility, and we're also working with Wendy and Clue of Orange County to hopefully start a visitation program at Fialho. I want to take just a few minutes to tell you a story about a woman who has become one of my close friends because of my ability to visit her when she was in immigration detention. She came before a judge. She was unrepresented because 84% of people in immigration detention lack attorney representation because there's no court-appointed right to an attorney. The judge called me because he knew about the work that we did and said, "Can you go visit her? Can you see, maybe if you could connect her to an attorney?" So I went and visited her, and her story was just horrific. She is originally from Brazil, and my family is originally from Portugal, so we have the Portuguese language in common. And she was trafficked, actually, from Brazil into Mexico first, where her captors broke her in. And then she was trafficked into Oakland, California, where she was chained to a bed for 3 years. She was sold for sex, and she was forced to take drugs, so she developed a drug addiction. One day, she was able to actually escape, and to this day, she's not even sure how it happened, how she was able to do it. But the police of Oakland found her on a street corner, and our government, instead of protecting this woman who had gone through hell on earth, they prosecuted her for the drug possession, and then she was immediately handed over to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, where she spent over a year and a half in immigration detention. She was first held at the Yuba County Jail, which is in Northern California, out in Marysville, out in the middle of nowhere. She was, once she got accustomed to that facility, she was immediately transferred to the Sacramento County Jail, and then to the West County Detention Facility, and back and forth. She spent over a month in solitary confinement. One of the guards took away her mattress and forced her to sleep on the cement floor of her cell. But we ended her isolation and abuse. We connected her to a volunteer visitor who visited with her every week for over a year, made sure that she was connected to an attorney who actually was able to, very recently, get her a T visa, which is a visa for victims of human trafficking. And now she's out living in the community. She lives in South San Francisco, and she asked me to share her story with you today. so that you can know what's really happening to people in this very isolating system. Thank you.